OG's turn to ban. Navi's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick. OG's turn to ban. Navi's turn to pick. Navi's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick. OG's turn to ban. Navi's turn to pick.
Life Stealer.
Navi's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick. OG's turn to ban. 10 seconds. Navi's turn to pick.
Life Stealer.
Navi's turn to pick.
I hope.
OG's turn to pick. OG's turn to...
Loser has to fall down into the lower bracket. Now I've got my wonderful panelists joining me back here for game number 1 draft. We've got Dan Okuro. Lads, game number 1 draft here between OG and Navi. It's about around the corner for us, but we talked quite a lot about this this first game. It's going to set the pace for the rest of the series, right?
It is, and OG have that little bit of an advantage of having a better run through the group stages of Navi. Navi went all the way down to that final day, the 5th round, if you will. And that means that they actually automatically get the pick or selection priority for games 1 and 3 if it goes to that. So I think that's going to be pretty damn important against Navi.
Yeah, since we had like a 2 days break, like, I'm sure both teams have practiced for like 2 days trying like new strat. I think whoever's taking this first series, they're gonna get a lot of confidence.
Do you think this first game or whole series?
First game.
First game? Yeah, I feel like that's probably how it's going to pan out here for Navi, especially if they find like a little counter to something that OG wants.
10 seconds.
First game pans out where OG just go full hard out. They're like, all right, we're going to pick the Tramp, we're going to pick the Silencer or the Arc Lord. And if Navi can figure that out, that's going to put them in good stead for the rest of the series and the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's... OG don't really need to change up much of anything. It didn't seem like they showed much weakness. Really, only it was Alliance that made them bleed a little bit. And I think that came from a little bit of overconfidence as well on Navi's end. You know, they won game 1 in that series. They picked the exact same draft. Alliance had the counter to it. And then they surprised them in game number 3. So I think OG, they've probably taken a few learnings from that. And I think they're going to come out firing again.
And like just OG at the beginning didn't really look convincing.
Navi,
but like that, the last 3 games that was really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they have looked really strong across this tournament. This is something I want to touch on a little bit here. Do these teams go full hard out in this first couple of rounds of the upper bracket, just trying to secure themselves a really fast route into that grand final, or do you try and hold things back a little bit here? Because obviously, if the way the seedings is going, OG should win this series at RV. Do you feel like OG is going to save a little bit of something here to give themselves a little bit more fire towards the end of the?
I think the first round of the upper bracket is so important, right? Because it eliminates like multiple matches that you play in the lower bracket. It gives you a lot more time to scout out what your potential competition might be. So I think they're not going to be holding anything back for this round. Maybe next round, if they make it their way through, they'll still have plenty of chances to make the run through the lower bracket. But for this one, you got to come out fit and firing. And we're already into the draft. And we see a Faceless Void. And all these heroes that we said they were probably going to be banning, they've made it their way through. I guess you can't ban everything, though.
That is true. We were talking about this Treant Protector. It's untouched right now. So, Kuro, how do you feel about these first couple of picks coming in here from both teams?
Yeah, it looks like OG decided to go for the different route, because I think that Treant Protector was not just because Blue wants to pick it. It enables a lot of range core where they can abuse it in a safe lane, off lane, and mid lane. But I just feel like they're not going to that pathway. They're trying to prove they can play other heroes as well. So you better ban something, or just you guys probably prepared that we are going to be opening 3+1, but bam, shots fired, Ogre and Void, and coming out and just gonna color their ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, right? And you would think that Phoenix is a good combination together with that, but obviously it's not really the OG style of hero. Much more for Always Want to Fly, and giving some respect to Roger's Clockwork as well. Although we saw Jet play it, but less said about that one, the better. It wasn't really the draft for it. But on the other side, I think you just got to take this cheese away from Na'Vi, right? Sorry, from OG. Magnus gone, Io gone. They're so flexible about where they can play both of those heroes, and it enables a whole new gambit of strategies. So now at least Na'Vi can play normal Dota.
Yeah. I just feel like the Na'Vi decided to change like a Vision's role, like from that last game of the Yellow Submarine. Like try to pick more offensive hero. Let's not lose this off lane. Let's try to annoy Seb as much as possible. And yeah, like I think this is the
stuff coming through.
Life Stealer and Mirana. Okay, I really like Mirana pick here. And I think it's gonna be the Daxus here.
Yeah, you would think so. The thing that I'm liking about Na'Vi is that you would already assume that this is going to be Iceberg's hero.
10 seconds remaining.
Very start, I think it's safe enough to put Alina into that mid lane. Iceberg has shown
5
plenty of times that he's
remaining.
strong on it, and the Lifestealer comes online really early. So you know that they're going to have these aggressive timings, and you're probably going to be able to punish this Faceless Void if everything goes right. So they're backing in their own team, their structure, their strategy, and I like the Mirana because it can delay that, right? You can arrow a siege creep and suddenly the equilibrium is going a lot more strongly your way, pushing towards their side of the map. You could cut waves nice with a Starstorm, right? So I think we're probably going to see Saksa playing in that role, which is a little different from what we've seen in the past, right? And Mars, again, you know, pretty aggressive. I'm liking this from Na'Vi so far.
One thing, like, why mid Lina is like a bit dangerous in this situation. When you're playing Void, you can pretty much leave him alone, like from like level 7, just because he has this time walk ability, so he doesn't die easily. And they pick Tusker as well, so yeah, I think they're heavily think about this punishing this Lina if it's a mid Lina.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, like, with the Mirana coming out, it's not really a Saksa style of hero. That's why I was so surprised. And well, the Tusk definitely is.
Boys, we're getting there. Red draft. Coming in from Na'Vi. All red heroes right now. The yellow team going for red heroes, so that's my input.
So yellow, red versus blue.
There's a lot of blue coming through from OG.
But all red drafts, so I'm just excited about that. So
all right, so what's coming next then?
No.
Axe?
A red hero? Oh, yeah, that sounds better.
Disruptor. Remaining.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that, even though it is mostly.
Guys, body.
OG's turn to ban.
Yeah, I feel like this Tusk exactly suits the playstyle that OG want. It's going to be able to counter this more aggressive style that Na'Vi are going to want to go. What I'm confused about is where exactly is this dub? You would have to think it's mid, right? And now it's going to be Alina 4. Combos together well with the Mars, provided the general hits his spears. You know, combination, lots of burst damage, and it is one of those combos that can actually take out a Faceless Void before he's able to get the time walk off.
5 seconds
not a ton of save right now on OG. It's going to rely heavily on Saksa.
Yeah, and then they were thinking about this, like late punishing this lane, and suddenly like Na'Vi decided to go do mid. Most likely it's going to be Iceberg's hero as soon as he's Oscar, just because he has higher chance of surviving from this tag team, like from the Tusker +1 mid hero. And as long as they secure like that mid dying potential and like safe lane, like you're playing Life Stealer, so he should be fine. And if the Mars actually has a lot on the Void, I think they're gonna get like a laning advantage. Very favored.
Do you think this is going to be a Seb Mirana or a Thompson Mirana?
Well, Seb does like to play those heroes that can go Guardian Greaves a lot.
I think there's no reason to not use Seb Mirana here, because he's versing against Life Stealer. Thompson can probably pick like one more like damage hero that can actually punish this Doom mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Red position 5, boys. Grimstrike was taken out. That would have been a nice adage there for
5
Na'Vi.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
It's an always want to fly hero that with.
I mean, they banned out a fair few of them.
Something that you want to try and punish this Mirana with, right? Like trying to secure that lane there for V-Tune.
I don't know, just Tree. Like,
they could pick Treant, yeah.
Yeah, like I think Tree's just good against Void. Just because whatever the Void is targeting.
What about
it's Disruptor. Okay.
The all red draft, baby. Let's go.
I was thinking it was maybe going to be Avenge, right? Because it's got good pushing synergy. You've got the swap for the Chronosphere, which would have been nice, but they're going all in. And this is what I was thinking was going to come out. So Seb Mirana probably confirmed based off that. And no, Seb Tusk. Okay.
He's done this before. I believe he did this in the group stages as well. He played Tusk, and there was what was Saksa playing? Playing something that was another position for, and they did a lot of work in that offlane. But red versus blue/purple, boys. An interesting draft coming in from both these teams here. I want you guys to break down a little bit here before we start heading into game.
The thing that I'm a little concerned about is that when this Riki Tusk came out and it was Saxa roaming around on it, they made so much work happen. And I'm a little concerned about the lack of damage that might be coming out in this chron. From three heroes, you get basically nothing out of that. It's going to be all on Saxa to get this and stun and maybe a Starfall, but that's not the style that he likes to play. So
I'm very sure Seb and Saxa won't be roaming. He's gonna try to just punish the lifestealer, trying to gank. Yeah, I think Navi defended pretty well with the draft. Like all the lanes seems solid, like don't have like that much kill angle from side. So as long as they hold this advantage, I think Doom will be very scary factor this game. I'll probably go with Navi for me.
yeah, me too.
How do you guys feel about this? All right, actually, no, we're just going to head into game number 1 here between Na'Vi and OG. It's blue versus red here. Who's going to come out on top? The guys who will guide you through this all will be OD.
All kicking off already around these rune spawns. Now, as we do see at the end of it all, OG will manage to claim 3 of the bounty runes. Start this one up. But yeah, let's talk about the drafts. I mean, what would you sort of make of what we've got coming out this game?
I feel like OG really doubled down on just having lane dominance and lane prowess. Well, I feel like Na'Vi, they just drafted themselves a nice, well-rounded lineup. I feel like they have great team fight and everything in between. I see a couple things lacking about some damage inside the team fights if they don't get off the ball, if they don't get started nicely. But yeah, I like Navi's overall draft. I think OG's gonna smash the lanes though. Really like this bottom matchup. I think V2's gonna struggle.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
How much of the game? Because this is the thing as well for Na'Vi's heroes. I mean, I guess same to be said for both, but for Na'Vi, they're definitely on heroes that I feel that we have been seeing them win with, right? You look to things, you know, the Iceberg mid-Doom, which has pretty much become sort of the signature mid-pick for this Na'Vi squad. They love it, you know, pretty much go for it every time that they can get it. V2's lifesteal as well as being sort of a lifestealer player that has won games that haven't looked very lifesteal effective. Bottom lane though, does continue to get harder.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's such a hard game to actually play lifestealer, and I think this Tusk pick actually just ruins the hero overall. And you're playing versus Void. It's a hard game for V2, and I think it's gonna just start out being extremely difficult for him. But mid, I think Thompson is gonna. I mean, I don't think he's gonna like struggle so much, but he can't actually slow down Iceberg at all.
No, Iceberg's gonna almost certainly be at the top of the net worth and continue to go. Considering if there's not a lot of rotations coming in to slow him down early, yeah, Iceberg's farm's going to be impressive as always. You would imagine, as this Riki alone in the mid is not going to do anything crazy against him in the lane and stuff.
Yeah, but that being said too, is that Iceberg, he can't really slow down Thompson, so Thompson's going to have this kind of free farming thing, and I see some squished heroes. I also see Smokescreen being extremely valuable. You're playing versus Lifestealer. Lifestealer, Lina, Disruptor, these three heroes are going to be the main focus of Topson throughout the game.
And to be fair, that is also one of the ways I feel that we have seen the Na'Vi Iceberg mid doom get beaten. It's when you do have this mid laner that's going to be active around the map, making those aggressive movements at a time where Iceberg, he's still going to be focused about sitting on this mid lane and eating on the neutral creeps without any sort of ability to turn up yet with the phase drums and turn those ganks around.
Yeah, and his are pretty, obvious. It's like, for the majority of the game, Iceberg's just going to walk in and get these dooms off. And they have a lot of different ways, I feel like, on OG to play around it. They have, like, the time walks. They're, if they're in the right positions. They have the instant jump from the Ricky. They have snowball. Lots of different ways to save people, too. As bottom, again, maybe on top also is happening. But
Side's actually getting gone on air. As always, want to fly goes down. Another time on the bottom. Top lane, they did try and move in with the bashes. But a step away in time. Not able to quite finish off the kill. Still this bottom lane, 2 kills already on the offlane Tusk from Sep. So to a very, very good start for them. Vtune having to use that rage to just sort of fight back against the tag team. Is on. Still managing to farm though, Vtune. Yeah. Pretty much it was only Seb that's a few CS behind, but he'll take that because of the kills that he's found. Overall elsewhere, everybody's getting farmed. Nobody's getting totally bullied out of this laning stage. Top lane though, mid one, he's gone for a bit of a walk in the jungle. Trying to chase down Roger.
Wow, he's dead.
Put his way back towards the lane, but took quite a little bit of a walk there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an interesting positioning there for sure. Bottom, we're actually seeing the Rage counteracting the tag every single time. Pretty much the same cooldown on both.
And a cover.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
A little bit more money for Vtune and the team.
And Navi actually coming out very good in these lanes. Vtune again, Rage as soon as tag team is popped. And he just turns and hits Sep.
He's playing it smart, Vtune. As I said, like his life steal, you can tell. I don't know how many games he's got in, but it's a hell of a lot.
Nice play by Topson. He blink strikes and then uses the tricks of trade to just get right in front of Iceberg for a second there and take the DD rune from him. I thought Iceberg was going to get it. A lot
of damage here to Iceberg. Iceberg will make it away as he has boots, and alas, Topson does not right now. But still, Iceberg forced out of the lane. Topson be able to have full control here of this mid.
And it's that big level 6 that kicks in where I've been hearing a lot of like the pro players talk about how you just can't last hit versus Ricky. As soon as Ricky hits 6, you get the agi bonus and everything, the damage. So you actually can't last hit as most of these mid laners. He steps up.
He's going to kill it. Iceberg, can he get the through? He does. Can he get the kill though? Iceberg trying with the Dukes to score the shows and the salvage there. In fact, Topson, he's going to go down. Iceberg just able to turn it. Topson, I mean, he felt it. I think we all did. It looked like Topson was going to get away with that, but Iceberg kept it cool. Pops the fairy fire, and suddenly goodbye Topson.
This is outrageous.
Smack. Now he's all the way up to level 6 in the map. Also bottom does die.
Na'Vi. Big kills here for both of their cores. The mid lane matchup. Iceberg taking the solo kill. And I think the big thing as well was that you don't expect that to happen for a Doom, especially when he hasn't got the 6. Now he's got the 6. Now he's got the Doom to drop. So Topson's got to be even more careful.
Yeah, you're very given now. This Doom who's maxing Devour and increased farming kind of like mechanic because of that too.
Yeah, big stuff there from both of the cores here on Na'Vi. As Vtune, continuing to just play it really cool against this pressure. As you said, this lane could be a lane where the Lifestealer would struggle, but he's not struggling at all. This Lifestealer's farming as good as he'd hoped for.
He's farming way better than the Void is. Void's actually getting pressured quite a lot more from this Lina and this Mars combo, mid one. Not getting that secured farm that he'd like.
Just having a bit around the 2 stunned.
Tower is under attack.
Time Walk's just not always going to be that solid of a save.
And look at Iceberg.
Oh, he's on the way up. And he's got an Invis. This is going to be huge.
Radiant's
Invis ready to strike.
Attack.
Does he know Tel?
They know.
No-Tel ain't the big target. They want mid one. I mean, does he know the mid one?
This can clipped him, so they should be aware of this positioning.
Okay.
They're going to just back up.
Yeah. He's out of there. Very, very important that they play it careful here. It would have been huge for Iceberg if he was able to just make that move and slam down and Doom onto mid one.
Still chilling up here. Might be satisfied with no tail.
Yeah,
not using Doom though.
They don't need to. They're going to have to burst it by the looks of it. As no tail will fall. Not the sort of top kill they wanted, but it's still a kill nonetheless. And I mean, I said, Iceberg, the two of them, Topson would be making moves more than Iceberg. That's not the case. Iceberg already getting that active. You're seeing those chances to do so with the runes. Now he's got the phase drums. 7 minutes in.
Oh my god. and he's got the Alpha Wolf creep too. So him moving to lane now, this Alpha Wolf aura, everyone's damage is just bumped up so much too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And I mean, you said, you know, CSing against level 6 Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, the phase drums and the Alpha Wolf. He doesn't care about that.
Sure doesn't.
Good luck stepping up to the wave, Topson. Otherwise, you know, I suppose to come up with the huge hits. And again, we're seeing already, you know, this is just something that Na'Vi is so comfortable with. As top lane, Notel is going to get clipped over towards the tree here. The mid one dropping the chrono. He's going to need a couple of pashes. There's one. He needs another. He's not going to get it. Mid one can't finish off the kill. Light strike rate is off the mark though. Spears up in a second, but mid one, he's away. I mean, he's got to be a little careful still hanging around. It's Roger in general. They're still hunting.
Cooldown.
Mid one's going to keep running. Notel turning with a fire blast to stop Roger from getting in range with the light strike right onto mid one. Mid one actually stepping back forward. He's stepping back into this. Whoa, he's jumping around. He's trying to dance with him. Here's the backup from Seb. He's over. Snowball in onto Roger over general. They're looking for this Lena kill. Roger's got a light strike right in a few seconds. Spear back onto mid one. But Roger will still fall. Seb able to take him down with the tag team hits. Still, that's a lot of resources. OG's having to pull top, and Chrono used and not actually initially getting a kill with that Chrono.
Jungle, these two. Saksa setting up some aggressive wards here. He does get Topson involved too to get a kill. Seb is lingering around mid, but Seb is not level 6 yet. But they might be able to kill out for these body blocks faster.
A little bit of extra time for them, but is it enough? He's very greedy with these phase drums. Straight away, he's out of there. No chance the arrow connecting as he gets himself on the other side of the creeps. Top lane, Notes push back towards the tower. Mid one's got to be careful. Jump away again. Time Roger and General stepping over, looking for action. General just about to hit the 6. And you can see that top lane becomes very scary place for any of OG to turn up to.
Yeah, and you can see that because of all this, like OG, they're having to do like these bandages. They have to fix things. These lanes went disastrous. Bottom is now ditched. B-Tune gets a free lane for himself, and they're just looking to make pressure plays. They're actually not playing anyone in the lanes at the moment.
They just really want to slow down Iceberg. They know that this guy's going to be a problem. They're in onto him, but Sebi's right up in the tower. I mean, that... Well, is that ever going to work? Rolling in onto a level 9 Doom with phase drums underneath the tower, I don't think it is fault. It certainly didn't there. Seb's dead, and he's still level 5.
And Saksa, he's being chased around in circles. He actually does a very nice leap to get away. Having these wards down, he has all the vision in the world to play around. Always want to fly. Probably going to get some D wards here, though.
Top tower is under attack.
I mean, that just seemed like some mid lane Topson. It's able to snipe the courier of General. Moves like that. I mean, why are those sort of moves being made? I mean, now mid lane, Na'Vi's able to come in full force. They're taking the tier 1 tower down to 10 minutes in. Saxo will be able to jump forward, snipe that haste rune away from General. Na'Vi doing the damage here, getting these early objectives. Iceberg and B-Tune, top of the charts right now in net worth, and only going to continue to be that way. As I said, with Iceberg's Doom, he'll get to the top. He's going to stay there. This BKB, it's going to be out in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and there's an armlet on V-Tune as well. They have a huge power spike here. I feel like that's why OG is doing these type of what seems like a very silly move. Like I feel like they're feeling a little desperate after how those lanes went. This Doom, he's gonna get to a point where he's unkillable. He's gonna have BKB sub 15 minutes. And this Lifestealer is also incredibly strong, and they can also use this Infest a lot of the time too defensively. And I'm seeing OG with a very big lack of damage in their lineup. And the panel did talk about how inside of Chrono, there isn't the damage either there for OG.
There we go. The fan always want to fly. Shards out, trap him in. Topson's able to take him out with the tricks of the trade. Yeah, I think sort of the next timing that OG's going to be working towards is that diffuser on the Ricky, right? Once that is there for Topson, he's going to be able to make these moves and start to threaten some of these cores, catching them in the smoke stream with the slow.
Maybe with numbers they can try something still here. They can outnumber easily with arrows.
What's the opportunity they can find? General, Arena down, able to push Topson over the side. Roger actually down with a burst. Topson getting low, but he jumps in. General pushing him out. Topson's going to go down. The Chrono is there, but there's no damage. It's a Chrono for nothing, as now OG's got to turn and run. As they've lost Topson, all they got was Roger. Seb is found in the trees. He's trapped in here as they surround him, burst him down with the Infest. It's a second core kill for Na'Vi. And now Na'Vi's in position to push onto the tower. Always want to he's got a glimpse up. The controls there from the Disruptor. Always want to fly. Brings back Notel into the hands of Iceberg in general. It's a third kill. Na'Vi, they are starting to steamroll over OG as with just 12 minutes in, and they're taking another tier 1 tower.
And they bring the numbers so quickly too. They see that OG's starting to bring these vast amount of numbers out, like just completely outnumbering them. They just bring everybody up there, and we're seeing the effect of the lanes really kick in. Thompson can't even kill Roger. Roger just turns and starts fighting him. His gold disparity, only 3k, but it's really starting to show. The damage on OG is just not there at all. It's going to take a hell of a long time for them to even have that too, with these incredibly tanky frontliners of Navi.
See down bottom, mid one is able to find the space to take a tier 1 for themselves.
He needs it. They're going to need some big damage to crush through those frontliners. Lifestealer, Mars, Doom, these three are not squishy boys. And like we said, I feel like OG really lacking damage, so gonna have to wait for the defusal, and they're gonna lose heroes while trying to farm this defusal.
Having to use all those leaps to get out. All right, the glimpse will be able to do so. Thompson sweeping over with the smoke. Maybe see if you can find always want to fly. Has been able to do so a few times. It's kind of the easiest kill. He'll take the courier down.
That's quite a lot of couriers so far, actually. The gold will start to add up from those.
Continue to sweep the map, but still to have his diffuser. Just the poke onto General. General, the dust. Maybe see if he can get the arena, and he can. He's going to turn Thompson's over to the side, but Iceberg's there waiting. The Doom is down. Thompson, he's going to fall here. There's no chance for a deny at all by the looks of it. The final burst comes out from Roger. Thompson, I mean, he just keeps trying to poke at them as the Rookie. Whilst he's not finished the defusal, and it's leading him into these situations where Na'Vi, they're just turning and killing him.
He poked the bear. Bear was prepared with the dust. Quick, easy kill. He's just trying to make space for mid one to try to get some farm. I think they're feeling very, very worried on the side of OG. When I see those type of moves from Thompson, and you see Navi, they're prepared for it. All these sentries placed in the area, they know that, you know, Thompson's going to play them even if he's not
They're
Ricky.
hunting for mid one. Are they able to find him? A fly. Vision quite yet. Into the trees he steps. Gonna hunt for him, always want to fly. No, he's starting to back away. They know that TP reaction's coming in from OG in mid one. He has got the chrono good to go. So Navi on the retreat. There's the quick glimpse. Mid one. Oh, okay, interesting decision. I mean, it will get them the kill. Okay. But it is just a disruption. Because everybody else is out of there. Yes, as you say, just desperate for any sort of action. They'll take what they can get. Saxa stepping up into this. With the Embers room. He's going to be able to land the stun on the mid-one. Mid-one's more straight to this, and they got enough damage. They don't. Mid-one's able to time walk down to the left round. BG sweeping across from the side. OG's very looped up right now, but there's no chrono. Light track away on Snowtail. The Iceberg just committing onto mid-one with his big hits. Wants him to time walk away. BG turns to Snowtail. Takes down the Ogre. Over towards Saxa they go. He's got one final leap to break himself away. The spear off the mark. Saxa will escape. And also Iceberg wasn't quite able to finish off mid-one, so OG will get out of there.
Navi's just bringing all the numbers every time. They're bringing the fight. They're like, OG, you want to bring the fight to us? We'll bring it right back. They know how strong they are. That BKB showing OG.
OG's still
trying to punch back.
Yeah, Thompson. The static storm instantly down. No field though, so they can step out of it straight away. VG turning over the Saxa, trapped in the arena. Saxa will fall. Iceberg charging in onto mid one. Mid one, he's got time walk up in a second. Is he going to be able to get it off? He's turning with the bash, but the spin into the shards. Combo play there from Na'Vi. Shuts down mid one. And now Na'Vi, they might even find Seb or Thompson who too. But Seb got the snowball over towards the Ancients. Now we're breaking far enough away for them to leave.
Trying to think about going back in if they overchased, but they do reset nicely on Navi and get themselves some pretty big kills there. Nice spear play there on the Tusk Shards. And V2, he's the big winner out of all. He got himself, what, 3 kills? And that was them, OG with the chrono leading, trying to get these type of kills. They just walk into the trap. Navi, they're not hesitating to just bring the forces and bring the battle back. I love when I see teams just battle back. Especially when you're playing versus OG, you know the way they play. So you know if you just respond with these battles, you'll come out ahead if you are already ahead in the first place. Already up to 5k gold lead now, 5k experience lead too.
Thompson, ahead with the sentry wards. I don't think he quite stepped in range with that one there though. If he comes sweeping across though again, very careful about how he plays around this area. Those are likely to be set up.
He's just sitting on top of General. So Seb knows he can play kind of aggressively down here. As he sees the move.
He just instantly pops the BKB, charges in, Dust is out, Thompson able to jump out to the side before Iceberg's able to grab him with the Doom. So Thompson will escape. Seb might not be as lucky though, as the Vision's still there with the Dust upon him. He glimpses immediately back into the Static Storm. The fine Seb. Motel and Thompson still watching from the side here. A little bit of time remaining on the Moonlight Shadow.
walking down toward the area here. And they know there's no BKB on Iceberg. They see V2
They're going to
isolated.
try and burst V2. Are they able to do so? He's stepping out of the smoke screen. Doom still ready to pop. He'll turn towards Midbon. Midbon jumping away. Iceberg can't quite get the Doom off onto Thompson. He's into the shadows once more. Always want to fly. Reclaiming sentry control around this point.
Decent moves from OG there. All things considered, they get General punished. General getting slowed down quite a bit there, going for his Yule Scepter. And they're forcing all these reactions bottom. Like Roger was top, he TP'd up there, and he had to run all the way bottom because of how aggressive OG is playing down here. Even though they're at such a deficit, they're still putting that pressure onto Navi. But Navi's still farming. Iceberg and V2 still very big. Do we have any force staffs being built up on the side of Navi? This is something I'm always looking at when you're playing versus the Riki. They have
Not at the moment.
No, Lena's going to be going for one, but it's going to take some time. The smoke screen could be something that really punishes them if they're not prepared for it, because they're starting to get split up a little bit. I'm seeing that Mars General playing, just sitting behind people to protect them, and his farm is starting to suffer because of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
General.
under attack.
He's hunting for Notail. Notail's in it. Notail. Caught by the opening from Roger. Into the spear he goes, and Notail will fall. Thompson, he's heading out of it.
You were brained.
And he'll make it away before Navi searches any deeper.
And that will pretty much be the Yule's kind of done there for General. So they're lacking some slight initiation in some of these situations now. With that, they'll have not only that, but also the Blink Dagger on Iceberg. So two different forms of very nice initiation.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing already the catch from Navi has been very impressive, and now it's going to be even greater. I mean, just sort of always want to fly alone on the Disruptor. We have seen it before, we're seeing it again. Just it's very hard to run from. You know, already in this game where there's so much fighting going on, each and every time that the way that OG disengages has to be done so smartly. Otherwise, always want to fly. He's just going to be able to set up for another kill for the side of Navi.
Yeah. These two do have to be very aware of their position. Roger always want to fly.
They're going to blink in. He's able to blink. Dodge the chrono. The chrono is still down, but the arena's in play as well as the spear. Midbon's caught in the difficult. He's trying to find always want to fly. Always want to fly. Could be healed up by the Infest. Pichu comes in with the save. They take out Midbon. They take out Seb too. There's OG. They're trying to run, but there's no ground we're talking about. The glimpse brings Notail back in. Navi with some fantastic plays there. Quick moves from Iceberg means that he's not caught in the chrono. Having General around, he just drops the arena in the spear, and suddenly it becomes such an awkward place for OG to fight into. And on top of it all, V-Tune with these Infest heals. We've seen it before. One of the reasons why Lifestealer is rising in popularity, the amount of burst heal for potential save is insane.
It really is, and we've seen that so much this tournament too. I feel like more than any other one, how much people are actually using it.
Radiant's bottom
And yeah,
tower
a great
is
read.
under
Navi,
attack.
that was a perfect smoke for them to set up for that. That's why it all happens. The Doom actually comes out right after when he's in Massive Madness too, so it actually dispels the Massive Madness effect, so he actually has 0 damage in the entirety of it.
From the tempest of
Very
battle.
impressive stuff continues here from Navi. 8k lead, got the
Radiant's top
Aegis.
tower is under
And
attack.
just Iceberg and V-Tune, I mean, these two are just so farmed right now. And they're doing so much with it. It's, neither of these are AFK players on AFK heroes. They are in the action. They've got exactly the right items for it. And they're yet to be punished. You've got V-Tune's 506. Iceberg is 409. OG have not been able to kill them at all so far this game.
Nope. And look at this immediately, Navi. They're going to smoke again. They're going to look for another play that they can make. No Chronosphere available. They know how much... I mean, they're so much stronger even without their ults, but they have the Barnes ult anyway now. And they're swooping in. They have vision of this here.
Go the setup. Wars to begin things. Status gone down as well. Straight into the arena wall. They got the damage though. It looks like Midbon's going to be fine. Tries to turn, but now Iceberg and V-Tune are turning up. They'll move over to Roger, but Roger with the ghost sector is able to live. Midbon is taking usage from V-Tune as V-Tune takes him out. Roger falling low. Will go down. The buyback comes out straight up from Always Wanna Fly. Navi they want to chase with that buyback from Always Wanna Fly. He's able to get him with the glimpse onto Seb. Seb counteracting with the snowball over towards General. General pushing away Sansa. Jumping from V-Tune keeps him healed up as V-Tune can beat down on Seb whilst he spears the cliff by General, and the chase is still on from Iceberg. He's running down Saxa. Saxa using the Glimmer Cape to try and get away. Tough as well, but Saxa with the tubes is into the trees, but the ward dropped down from Always Wanna Fly. It allows him to glimpse back to Saxa into the Thunder Strike. Navi kill off a 4 with Always Wanna Fly's buyback securing them at least 2 of those kills that could have slipped away after it.
Another phenomenal smoke by Na'Vi, just swooping through their jungle. They see one hero, they make the move, they get the catch, and OG, they have to kill, they expend like almost everything just to kill Roger. He actually almost ends up surviving during all of it too. And then we see another beautiful infest, of course. These infests really are making the difference, saving General again. But yeah, OG heavily on the back foot.
Dire's structures
some of these
are
levels as
fortified.
well. Well, now at this stage, V-Tune level 17 already.
Yeah.
Sort of compare that to the OG.
Look at mid.
Mid one. The Duke's trying to get straight up. And Iceberg, he's just going to commit the PK. He's run him down. He's goes back into life straight away. I mean, Iceberg was just able to walk up and doom it. And with the arena and static storm, they might even get more from this. Saxon's trying to step away with the leaps. He will make it out of there. No tail turns with the fire blast on towards one fly. Iceberg, he's still hunting for Saxa. He goes with the blink. The dust is still on Saxa, so Iceberg can finish him off. Long strike down onto No Tail in the mid. The General Spear takes his life. 24 to 12. Na'Vi ferocious here in game one. And it seems like OG, they're barely even awake.
Look at Na'Vi. They see even one more next step. They're trying to hide. Nope. Fragger still only going to fly, but Fragger applauds that.
Dire's middle tower is under
Stuff here
attack.
from Na'Vi so far as OG certainly looking a bit lost in this game one.
Na'Vi came to play from moment zero when they got that first blood with 5 heroes. No messing around today, it seems, from Na'Vi. Some fantastic movement all game here. 25 to 13. Pretty much 0 mistakes I've really seen from Na'Vi. They're just leading the charges and reading all moves.
Heroes, Hops, and he's showing in this lane. They're able to
always
close in on him. He's going to try and jump out to the side. General's hunting. Thompson. Oh, he's going to make it out. He's going to make it out there. Does manage to find a little corner that's off the mark of the spear, and Thompson will live to see another day.
And Midwin will be very happy with that space as he's finally able to get a chrono and a kill for himself. His first kill of the game on
Radiant's
Void.
top tower is under attack.
His game's not going to get any easier. Look
No,
at some of
it's
these
not.
arms flying out. Iceberg, 100 gold. Shiva's guard's done. And so sort of
Goodness.
in any situation, if he's popping that off and with the team, Mid-1 alone is hardly going to be able to tickle some of these tankier heroes on Na'Vi in a chrono.
Feels like it'll be the situation like that for most heroes. Like the 3 front line is just way too strong. General is the squishy one. He's still got 22 armor and 1800 HP.
Now we have it. So the 2 big iron pickups for Na'Vi. Shiva's guard on Iceberg. Desolator on V-Tune.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
V-Tune already with 1,000 gold on top of that. I mean,
Radiant's
he's well on his
bottom
way to
tower
investing
is
in the
under
Basher
attack.
as soon as he picks up that Deso.
Dire's structures
Trying to pressure the
are
tier 2
fortified.
top. He for now just much avoiding any action.
No way they can fight.
Radiant's
No
bottom
chrono.
tower is under attack.
Unless they just catch somebody and then somehow
Radiant
try to outnumber. There's
structures
no
are
way they can take
fortified.
Na'Vi in a head-on fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just gotta split a little as
Radiant's
much as
bottom
possible.
tower
They still need
is
so
under
much
attack.
more time. Because like we say, a
Dire's
12-13k
top
gold lead
tower
for
has
Na'Vi, but
fallen.
also, as you mentioned, 15,000 experience. They're so much stronger with their heroes.
Radiant's
But
bottom
the
tower
Iceberg,
is
he's
under
going to
attack.
CP in. He's in with the BKB. Shiva's guard. He knows that he can do this. Just jumping onto Mid-1. And they'll look to try and chase down more here. Have they got any further detection on the front lines? They're able to get in with a glimpse on the Saxa. He's out towards the side, but he's still got leaps available. Into the trees, no tail's been found by Iceberg in general. Clean up a second. I mean, just these again, the plays just don't stop from Na'Vi. A lot of situations for teams, you know, they're losing a tier 2 to 3 heroes. They're just going to let it go. But Na'Vi say you can take the tower, but we are going to take your lives.
Yeah, Iceberg knows how free it really is for him in this game. 8-0-14. He's played it perfect. He's always jumping in, no fear.
But getting on always want to fly. V-Tune. Don't know what Saxa. The Saxa. The way to Glimmer. But look for Seb instead, though. Seb is headed in on this one. Laguna down. Iceberg jumps forward. As they manage to slam down Seb with the Infernal Blade. Seb will fall. And off the back of it, General also able to catch and kill Saxa. Jump forward on the mid. Clumsy net step onto Mid-1 spear. Into the tower. General with the catch. Mid-1, he's still got the jump. So he'll be okay. Thompson also able to sweep round and snipe down Roger on the side. Mid-1 actually running in on this. He's got a chrono. He's going to find a chance to drop it. Doesn't look like it. 2 members down on OG. Unlikely they'd have the damage anyway. So he'll let Na'Vi step away.
Na'Vi's got to be a little cautious right now. This is where they can
Radiant's
hemorrhage some
middle
kills here.
tower
That's
is under
pretty big.
attack.
Thompson's giving his
Fine.
bow.
still trying to hunt even, but the sentry's down. Thompson, he's in, and he always want to play. He's able to get the static storm off. Null Scepter up onto Thompson, straight to ends the spear. Instant reactions there from Always Want to Fly, coming into the lane, dropping that sentry, because he knows exactly what we're seeing. He knows that Thompson's going to be hunting around for kills like this, and just immediate there with that setup to punish the Ricky play.
Yeah, this support plays on point. Thompson always trying to punish, but they're in the mind of Thompson today. It really does feel like that. Na'Vi always seem to know where he is making an aggressive play and immediately react. Again, just always bringing the brawl, bringing the fight. They don't care if OG wants to bring it to them. They'll bring it back even when they don't have the numbers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
OG heavily on the back foot here. What can they find as they're all under vision during all of this here too? That ward from Na'Vi from earlier, he's just watching them all.
Just losing this tier 2 tower here, OG.
Dire's bottom
But they have their ults. It's just so hard for them to fight onto the side. Iceberg, he's just in.
Is under attack.
Straight away onto Notes out.
Radiant's top
He's
tower
going to be able to
is
step
under
out. The
attack.
Moonlight Shadow used to help him. They'll turn onto Iceberg, but Iceberg's got the BKB. He's also got a Doom available.
Mid one?
Maybe seeing if you can find one of the cores to drop it, but it wasn't the case. Look at the Fire Blast onto General. They're trying to initiate in onto this, but wait for the influence of General. General, he's turning. Arena's down. Doom is onto an illusion. The Chrono's there from the one. Has he got the damage? He doesn't know who to hit. He'll take the life of Always Want to Fly, but that's all he can do. Now Vici just turns towards him. The clumsy net from General. Locks down mid one. Mid one is gone. Now looking for more. Vici steps over towards Seb. Seb able to get the snowball down to the low ground. Looking towards Iceberg. The arrow flying in as well. They've stunned Iceberg, but they haven't got the damage to kill him. Iceberg's able to step away. Lagoon around to Thompson. It's an ultra kill for Vici. Iceberg still hunting for Saxa. Saxa, the last man left alive here on OG, as yet again Na'Vi, they're just rolling them in these fights. OG have nothing.
We're just seeing the tankiness coming in, really. Iceberg, no deaths, even in that fight. He somehow survives. Yeah, just way too tanky at this point, OG, even if they commit everything. Even if they get a pretty good chrono, even if Doom misses, too much of a disparity at this point.
This is just insane play from Na'Vi. I mean, it's just they're 3 cores. Yeah, Vici hasn't died. Iceberg hasn't died. General, he's the offlaner. You know, we can allow death there, and that's all he's had. He's just died the once. So out of all 3 of their cores, OG's only ever been able to kill one of them once in 29 minutes this game.
Precision play, really, by them. Yeah, I love when you look at that. The deaths, 16 deaths for the 2 supports.
Radiant's middle tower
they've
is
done it
under
perfectly,
attack.
Na'Vi. Just letting the supports do the dying.
Yeah, Thompson always goes for those squishy backliners as this Ricky, and then he just dies. He can't commit onto the other ones.
Is that in fact the complete
Radiant's
It is.
courier
It is
has
the
been
complete
abyssal.
abyssal. Oh my.
I mean, Vici 19 minutes in.
that's
That's a kill. He's TP'd in. Oh, he's TP'd in on this one. He's going to be headed straight back in a casket.
Oh, and Seb too. Do they have the glimpse vision? They lost it for a second. Do they have they're trying to get the vision? There we go.
They do. They just don't stop. Na'Vi, kill after kill after kill after kill after kill after kill after kill.
CIS teams with their disruptor, man. It's coming back, this disruptor.
Radiant's courier.
I mean, that is the thing. If you're looking at this squad right now, this game 1, and you're drafting against them, I mean, which hero are you sort of pointing out saying this has to go? They are too good with this. We're not letting them get it. The Doom.
Doom, I still think, yeah, I think the Doom is just too much.
Yeah.
They pick it like every game. I say
it's their, well, Iceberg's best hero, and the way they play around it is, it's just something that they're so good at, and in a way that I don't think if you're another team you could just sort of emulate this, pick the mid Doom and do anything close to what Na'Vi's being able to pull off. This is clearly the thing they've practiced the most, it feels like. A little bit of illusion bait here from Thompson. Doesn't work though, they're still onto him. They're going to need detection.
Uh-oh.
They have. The glimpse is there, they've caught him. A little bit of an awkward spear, but Thompson's still dead. Probably doesn't. Yeah, and now they'll go for Roche.
Radiant's middle tower
25k lead. I mean, yeah, just incredible numbers being hit here. It's 30 minutes in, this sort of a lead, like this is just insane.
Oh, the arrow.
Radiant's middle tower.
They don't have follow-up though. Thompson's still at it. They're going to try with the
He's got a DD. Can he kill Vici? He's trying, bless him. He really is, but he's doomed. He hasn't got any damage, even with it. He doesn't need a double damage. He needs a quadrillion damage to do anything against this lineup right now, as they're too far behind OG. Seb, he's done those guys. They're running him down. Na'Vi just continuing to clean up. 26k up. It's just not. It doesn't look like it's ever going to get any better here for OG in game one. As Na'Vi just having all the fun right now.
This one is very well and truly over. OG's out. Trying it out. Trying to fight versus this, but Na'Vi executing to perfection. Love to see it. 43 to 18. 43 kills in 31 minutes too. Like, that's when you know the team is bringing the fight back, because OG will never stop fighting. Na'Vi just brought the fight every time. It's 61 kills, 32 minutes. Very nice. Very nice.
No, this is definitely out of all the games we've seen so far at ESL 1 Germany, I think one of the most impressive in regards to just individual KDAs.
Yeah.
Of course, across the board, and at this early point of the game as well.
And I bring up just the drafting in general, right? Like versus Na'Vi. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, 8 games, Doom was banned versus them. And then they got 2 Dooms in a row before that. Doom just always gets taken out versus this team because of Iceberg. Thompson.
Catch Thompson here.
They really want him.
Hunt's in.
The jam, it sees him.
He's trying his best to juke him, but they've found him. You just can't hide from this Na'Vi squad. If they want to kill you, they will. They will. There's no negotiating happening here.
Look at them sweeping.
Just as a stop. Over they go. General. Found another. On to Seb. Seb is relatively tanky. They will drop the static storm to kill him off. And Seb trying to work his way out of this, but Laguna Blade ensures that he's not. Iceberg also able to find more here as he kills off Saxa. 46 to 18.
Yeah, why not? He can just throw the Doom out onto anybody with, Quickening Charm and an Octarine. It's only got a 90-second cooldown.
Dire's structures are fortified.
OG will have everybody back up in 30 seconds. Na'Vi, they're going to be able to get a lot done in that time slot here. Tier 3 down, buyback will come out from Seb. And they catch anyone. Instant glimpse onto Seb, takes him straight back to the fountain. TP in. Bring from Thompson in an attempt to slow things down, but Vincere, he's not going anywhere. He's got the Aegis, he's happy to stick around for this. Seb will move him with the punch, but now the arena's out. Seb being pinned towards the barracks by General Spear. Die back from here. Chrono's out, but he's knocked out of his own Chrono! Oh no, the arena stops him! Well, what did stop him? Oh, he was trapped in a creep! Oh, that's even worse. He was trapped in the creeps, and there it is. GG is pulled as Na'Vi. We've seen some strong showings from them so far, but this one, without a doubt, the strongest. As this game one, they destroyed OG.
Yeah, they came with a full plan from